Hello everyone, Dr. Kellie Cassidy, Clinical Psychologist and owner at Prosper Health Collective in Burragoon and Canning Vale. It is very fast approaching to the return to school. Some schools even going back as early as next week is my understanding. Others might still have a week to go. But I wanted to get you thinking about whether your kids are ready to go back to school, because now's a really good time to be thinking about it, and not just in terms of, have I got new school shoes and have I got their stationery and books, which I hope you have already got organised because that's important, but mentally and emotionally, have you started to prepare your children for that? And what are the foundations, if you like, that you can actually put in place to make sure that that first day and going forward from that is actually as successful as possible? So the first one I'm going to suggest to you is to start your routine early. You start getting them into that routine of getting up at the right time, going to bed at the right time, which we tend to throw out the window perhaps a little bit over the school holidays, which is a helpful thing to do as well, but start preparing them for it, particularly if you've got a child that doesn't like to adjust to that very well. Be time to be thinking about that. Like I mentioned, making sure that you've got everything prepared, you've got uniforms and everything you need, and not leaving that to the last minute, particularly if you've got a child that's anxiety prone, because that's going to amplify their anxiety hugely if you're racing around. It might work for you, but it might not work for them to not know that they've got everything in order. The next thing is to start talking positively about school. So some kids might be thinking about the doom and gloom of it, even if they're not anxious about going to school. They might still be thinking, I don't want to go back and all the rest of it. Get them to find at least 3 positives. What are going to be some good things about returning to school this year? What are you looking forward to about school this year? And help them find those things to be working towards. And that's going to make a really big difference too. Next tip I would give you is to explore the emotions that they've got about returning to school. In fact, it might be better to do that one before you go searching for the positives, but just see what's going on and what their thoughts and feelings are. Not necessarily to solve them or to tell them that they're being silly or that they shouldn't have those feelings, but just to sit with them and to validate them and say, oh yeah, that would make sense that you might be feeling nervous when you don't know what teacher you're going to get. Or that would make sense that you're feeling excited because you're going into year 6 and you get to go to camp this year. Or who knows, whatever they come up with, but just opening up that space to be able to explore whatever feelings they're having about returning to school is going to help them prepare and ease back into it. Next tip that I'm going to give you is